Hello everyone. Let us begin today's EVS 2 period with this thought. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So students, in the previous period I have given the question answers of lesson number 7. Today let us begin with the new chapter, beginning of settled life. In the previous chapter we have seen that man have started living together. The concept of village came into existence. They have started domesticating animals and animal husbandry. So now beginning of domestication and animal and agriculture. Domestication of animal. So you might be clear in your mind that what is the difference between domestication and animal husbandry. Previously also we have talked about it. Domestication means training them to live with humans, and animal husbandry means using them for our benefit. That means keeping the animal for our use. Domestication of animals. Domesticated animals like the dog, goat, sheep, cattle, buffalo, etc. are useful to man in many ways. There are three main steps in the domestication of the species of any animal. So, this is more important, these points you have to underline it. First, capture of wild animal. So, before domesticating animal, every animal was a wild animal. That means they were not having the habit of living with humans. So, first was to capture the animal. Then taming the captured animals, that is training them to live with humans. Now as they are wild animals, they are living in their own world, wild world. So it is not possible for them that suddenly they start living with humans. They are not used to it. So first of all, capturing of the wild animal, that is to control them. Then taming of the wild animal, that means taming this animal to make them domesticated, that means make them used to live with the humans. And third is obtaining useful material like milk, etc. from them and training them to work for the human as the beast of burden. Now first we will capture them, control them, then tame them, that means they will no longer be wild, and then once they are tamed, you are using it for the various purpose like milk, skin, fur, and using them as the beast of burden. That means heavy work can be done with the help of the animals. So we were using various animals like bulls, elephants, horses for the difficult task. So in this way, these are the three steps for domestication of any species of the animal. So in this way, man have started domesticating animal, and when the third step is achieved, the animal is supposed to be completely domesticated. That means third step means obtaining useful material. So when animal is used for our purpose, that means the animal is domesticated. Now underline again this line, domesticating animal and keeping them for our own use is called animal husbandry. So in this way, the domesticated animals are used for our personal use, for our some purpose. So this is called animal husbandry. Till here you have to underline. So understood? Now further, in the sixth lesson we have seen that dog was domesticated in the middle stone age. Now dog is the first animal that has been domesticated. Again underline this, the first animal which was used by men is dog, and they were used for helping in hunting. So dog used to help human for the purpose of hunting. The goat and sheep were domesticated next. So first animal was dog, and later on man used goat and sheep for various purpose, for their milk, for their fur, for their flesh. So in this way, next was goat and sheep. Here in the picture you can see the bull of today's age, and in the other picture it is the bull of primitive period. It is quite bigger huge as compared to today's bull. We have also seen the elephant which was called mammoth. Similarly, here we are having the wild bull. Now, agriculture. Archaeological evidence is available to show that agriculture have begun about 1000 years ago in Israel and Iraq. Underline this. Archaeological evidence is available to show agriculture have begun about 11,000 years ago in Israel and Iraq till Iraq. So, from today's era, 11,000 years ago, man have known the skill of growing crops. He have begun the agriculture in Iraq and Israel. Women are credited to have the start the cultivation. Credited means they are acknowledged to contribute. The main work was done by the women. Agriculture was in the hands of women. So, they are credited to start the agriculture, because men might be busy in hunting and food gathering. Now, it is in that era, you can imagine how difficult it might be to move in search of food. Everywhere it might be wild, forest, jungles and wild animals. So, it was the task of man maybe to search food, to gather food. So, he was roaming here and there and doing the other difficult work, physically which needs energy. That means preparing of tools, gathering of fruit, hunting animals. So, agriculture was with the women. Women were engaged in agriculture mostly. They might have used pointed stick to sow seeds. Women in some tribes still sow seed by this method. In some tribe means the people who are Adivasi, who live in jungles and in the same primitive way. So, they are doing the task of agriculture in the same way which was done previously. So, they used a pointed stick to sow the seed, because it is again difficult task to dig the ground. From the point of view of women, it is not easy to dig the ground and sow the seed. So, they were using the pointed stick. In the picture you can see the pointed stick is there and the stone is fixed there. Here in other picture you can see how with the help of that stick and stone, by giving burden on that stone, they are sowing the seed. Now, with the leg they are pushing this stone so that the stick goes deep into the ground, and then they were sowing the seed. So, pointed stick and perforated stone. Perforated stone means the stone which is pierced, त्याला छिद्र केल्या गेलाय मध्ये, so that it can be fixed into the stick. So, in this way women in some tribes still sow seeds by this method. In order to help deep digger into the soil, because of the weight of their body, the stick goes deep into the soil. The stick was weighted using the perforated stone. So, here I have shown in the picture the perforated stone, how the stone is pierced. Now, even it is not an easy task to pierce or penetrate through the stone. Now, you need to strike continuously at one place so that we get the desired stone. So, in this way women were using this pointed stick with perforated stone. In the previous lesson, we have learned that people had to stay in one place because of the nature of agriculture. So, as soon as he came to know about the agriculture, he was no more the nomadic. He was staying at one place for longer period. Agricultural production increased considerably after the plough pulled by animal came into use. Now, slowly and steadily he have used animals for the purpose of agriculture. In this picture you can see how the man is using these bulls for the agriculture purpose. Agriculture became the main source of livelihood, that means the main source of living. Now, people began to worship nature and various deities for the good crops. So, obviously we know human worships some supernatural power or god when there is nothing left in his hand. Similarly, these people started worshipping nature. So obviously by observation they came to know that only sowing of seed is not sufficient for good crops, good amount of rain, good quality of soil. All these factors are also responsible for good crops which are beyond his capacity. It is not in his hands how much it will rain and everything. So for that he started worshipping the nature and the other deities related to the nature. So he was seeing various deities in the nature only. Suppose the rain god, he is praying the god or some supernatural power that it should rain good, so that they will have good amount of crop, that means rain god. Then the soil god, then the various crops. So in this way he has named the various deities which were in the nature itself. Essential things like sharing the agriculture task and water resources and the security of village settlement gained importance. Now as they were engaged in, now agriculture is not the work of one or two. So they have to come together. Together they were doing the agriculture. For that they were working together. The duties were distributed among them, and then they have started living together. And after all, they have the importance of security also. So when they are coming together, security not only of themselves but also the crops and the animals, they have to secure them. So in this way village settlement get more importance, because when they are together they are secure. Instead of living single, it is better they live in group, so that there will be more security and the duties will be distributed among themselves. Thus the social system based on agriculture came into existence. So in this way, due to agriculture, the main reason was the people started living together and village settlement established. So agriculture needs sowing of seed, looking after the crops, watering the crops. Then they need to bring the water from nearby rivers and other water sources. They need to look after the animals which are engaged in agricultural work. They have to look after their houses also. So in this way they distributed the work among themselves and the social system came into existence. So students, read till page number 35 till next period. Thank you.